Good evening, Garden City. I'd like to call to order a regular city council meeting for Monday, February 20th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Our first order of business is our opening ceremonies. Consists of the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence for those service members that have given their life, and also for the victims of Michigan State University. If we'd please rise. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Miller, if you take call, please.
Mayor Jacobs.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dole.
Here.
Councilmember Garafotis. Here. Councilmember Squires.
Here.
Councilmember DeMichael.
Show Councilmember DeMichael absent and excused.
Councilmember Earl.
Here.
Councilmember Witt.
Here.
You do have a quorum with 6 members present, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Item 4 is the approval of the agenda.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Squires. Any discussion from the table? General public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Item 5, we have recognition, and I'm going to do this a little backwards. We're going to go to B first, and that is a presentation from Kathy from Jody's Bar to our home food pantry, and accepting that will be Julie Slaybaugh. If you come up.
Wonderful staff and all of my patrons, we wouldn't have been able to do this. And Mayor Jacobs, I appreciate you being there. And thank you to everyone. And this check is for your home pantry. Oh, thank you.
Chief Kathy Harmon, we have swearing in of 4 new firefighters tonight. So Chief Harmon.
Good evening, Mayor and Council, Doc, and City Clerk Matt Miller. As you can imagine, I'm beyond thrilled to be here tonight. We are going to swear in 4 new members of the 4 new members to the fire department. We're going to fill 5 of the 4 vacancies, so it'll just leave us with 1 till Saturday when Mike retires. I'll give short introductions on each member, then our clerk, Matt Miller, will render the oath, and the family member that's designated to pin the badge on them will be coming up. But what I'd like to tell you is 2 are firefighter paramedics and 2 are firefighter EMTs that are enrolled in a paramedic program. 2 of the 4 were enrolled at Dorsey College. It's a paramedic program where Captain Steve Ray, he's an instructor coordinator in the program. He was instrumental in giving them the opportunity to do the 3rd rides with us, which in turn gave us the ability to kind of recruit them and entice them into joining or becoming a member of our fire department. So first up is Drew Bonello. Drew's a firefighter EMT. He's currently enrolled in a medical paramedic program. He grew up and spent most of his life here in Garden City. He also attended Garden City Public Schools, and he's very excited to come back to Garden City and give back to the community. He graduated from OCC Fire Academy in 2021, and he worked at the Milford Proving Ground for about a year and a half. Now, he met firefighter Curtis Castleberry at one of our local gyms, and they got to talking, and Curtis got him to apply here, and he went through the hiring process, and here he is. His fiancee, Mesa, will be pinning his badge on him. Second guy is Adam Karzanowski. Adam's a firefighter paramedic. He has an interesting background. His experience volunteering with the American Red Cross providing a disaster relief led him to completing an advanced first aid course. With that, he was assigned to the American Cross First Aid Support Team, so that fed his interest in the field of emergency care, and he enrolled in Oakland County Community College's EMT Basic program. He worked in the private sector of the city of Detroit. There he realized that training skills that he learned were in very high demand, and he wanted to advance the skills further and enrolled in an EMT program at Dorsey, where again he met Captain Ray, and he should be here to pin his badge on tonight. That's quite an honor for him. After completing the EMT program, he enrolled in the Fire Academy at OCC in 2022, and he's a top academic award winner in both programs. The next up is Dominic Caudill. Dominic's a firefighter EMT Basic, and he's currently enrolled in a paramedic program. Dominic's fire service career began with the Howell Schools Fire Academy, where he served as a cadet. He completed both the Fire Academy and basic EMT course while he was still in high school. So he comes with nearly 2 years' experience with a small paid-on-call fire department. Dominic's father, Anthony, he's also a first responder, and he's been a major role model, as Dominic tells me, in his pursuit to become a first responder also. Anthony his father has over 20 years as a first responder. He started first as a sheriff, then he crossed over and became transitioned into a paid-on-call firefighter, and then while serving as an EMT in Flint. So his father will be pinning his badge on him tonight. Andrew Caputo. Andrew's a firefighter paramedic. He's also a United States Navy veteran. He served as a damage controlman. He enlisted after he attended MSU, and he majored in public building construction management, and then he had later earned his master plumbing license. So following his enlistment and running his business, he began his career as a paid-on-call Valley EMT firefighter. So he decided to further his knowledge in the field of emergency medical care, and he enrolled in a paramedic program. And he earned his medic license in 2018. Tonight, his granddaughter, Harper, along with his son, Jacob, who will be helping her because she's 4, will be pinning on his badge. Yeah.
We're going to do all 4 together, so if you all want to just line up, you want to start here, and then we can line up here. And then after we administer the oath, you'll sign the document, and actually you'll do 2 places after you do that. So you're going to raise your right hand and repeat after me. The first is that I, and then you'll state your name.
I, Drew Bonello,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to perform my duty
to perform
Garden City
for the City of Garden City
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
To serve the citizens
To serve the citizens
of the City of Garden City
of the City of Garden City
with compassion, courage, and integrity.
with compassion, courage, and integrity.
To serve my commanding officers
To serve my commanding officers
with respect and dignity.
with respect and dignity.
And to uphold the laws and constitutions
And to uphold the laws and constitutions
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the state of Michigan,
the State of Michigan,
and the City of Garden City.
the City of Garden City.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. So. We'll do the, have them sign, and then, after they sign, then I'll shake.
Yeah.
Okay, does that sound good? All right. Okay. Drew, do you want to come forward? So, this is administrative copy, and we have your, your copy, right here. Okay? So we'll do that one. Do that one, and we're gonna do here too, okay? Right. Right, now we're just, yeah, we'll do that. We can. Thank you. Okay, so, and then you're just gonna stand right here, hold that, and then they'll come up and do your pinning after, okay? All right. Adam? The same thing, so you want to sign there, just our administrative copy, and we'll have one for each. Okay. Okay. All right, very good, thank you. Right. All right, we'll do our, want to take two, all right, now we'll look at the camera. Thank you. Okay. All right, want to come up, Anthony? We'll sign the administrative copy. Give me some of this, okay? Good, thank you. There's that, right? Okay. I know, so, and. All right. That's our administrative copy. All right. Thank you. Do that. Ready? All right. And then we're going to start the pinning ceremony. Okay? So, and then we'll have, do you want to come forward, Drew? All right? So, and then, who's going to do the pinning? Right, there you go, right there, okay. There you go. Very good. You want to stand together? You get a picture? Actually, you want to stand right there? Right? You want to come forward, right? And who's going to do your pinning? Other Steve is coming up. Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Perfect.
good thing. We'll see. No pressure, Steve.
Just don't hurt him.
Come on, I know how to use these.
It's been a few years.
Everyone else at least got it,
I had to open to begin with, too.
One more.
Slide the podium.
Then can we have all four come back, stand together? All four come back and we'll stand together. All right, thank you.
There's no need to clean up any blood.
No blood. All right. We'll do all four together, all right? There you go. There we go. That's good. All right, thank you.
Congratulations. We'll take a couple-minute break, and for those family members that want to take off, celebrate, go ahead. Okay, welcome back. Item 6, comments from state and county officials. I see State Representative Dylan Wegela.
Hi, it's Wagala, but no, that's okay. It's right, the clerk in Lansing has a hard time too. Can I come bring you all something?
Absolutely.
So my printer, can I cut out?
Thank you.
But luckily I have just enough for council. Lot of movement in Lansing. I prepared a one-pager just because I think I want to squash any confusion that there might be. So House Bill 4001 passed the House and Senate in the last few weeks. Forgive me for going a little long here, but there's a lot in the bill. Is it okay if I go over what's in the bill for the public? Yep. So in House Bill 4001, which started as just a retirement tax repeal, which I voted yes on and was a co-sponsor of, through political maneuvering in Lansing, House Bill 4001 became so much more than just that. So we had the retirement tax repeal, which will repeal the retirement tax for public and private pensions, 401ks that are mandated by employers, and any matching dollars. Elective 401ks are not included in that, and that's no change from any historical time in Michigan, but we have actually expanded the people who the retirement tax repeal affects. So more people are going to be able to write off their taxes is what I'm trying to say. So that, love it. I was a supporter of that. We also had the earned income tax credit, which will save, low-income families in Michigan, I think, over an average $1,000 a year. I was also a co-sponsor of that legislation in its original form that passed the House 100 votes to 8. And then again, it got put into this bill after the bill was sent to conference. Then there's $800 million in rebate checks for $180 million per household. So that does two things effectively. It did not get immediate effect in the Senate, which is a whole complicated thing, but basically we'll see, depends when the legislature adjourns for this to go into effect. Assuming we adjourn early enough, families can hope to get $180 per household. And that will stop the income tax rate from falling back, which would lower the income tax rate. But if you know, we have a flat tax in Michigan, so any cut on the income tax rate actually is a bigger cut for wealthier families, and people like myself in Garden City, it would only be like $10. So we were trying to make sure we saved some of that revenue. And then the last part of the bill, which is the most complex part, the one that's least known, is the diversion of the corporate income tax rate. So Michigan's corporate income tax rate is 6%. This bill, right now, the corporate income tax rate goes to the general fund. Okay, this bill will divert some of those dollars. Any dollar generated from the corporate income tax rate above $1.2 billion will now go $50 million to housing, $50 million to RAP, and then $500 million to SOAR for funding years 24, 25, and 26. So one of the reasons I wanted to come explain things is because I was the lone Democrat in the House to vote no on this piece of legislation. And the reason why is because of this $500 million to SOAR, which amounts to $1.5 billion. For people who don't know, the SOAR fund is essentially a corporate grant fund where big companies like Ford and GM, et cetera, want to come and open a factory here. We give them different tax abatements. So this is essentially, in my view, and some people have a different view on this, a corporate handout, one of the largest ones we've ever given. Two examples, and on the back of the one-pager I gave you, I've actually prepared a resource guide and a PowerPoint slide to explain this in more detail if you'd like to look later with different news articles and so forth. Just the two examples, in 2021, we gave Ford $100 million to create around 3,000 jobs, and they did create 3,000 jobs, but they also cut 3,000 salaried jobs, mostly in Michigan. Then in 2021 as well, we gave GM about $1 billion in tax abatements, and through the Guardian's own reporting, which is an article linked in my resource guide, they found that we were spending about $310,000 per job, and that in the best case scenario, in 20 years, we would see $100,000 in tax revenue generated. To put this plainly, it was a bad deal, and that's the Guardian's reporting. So Michigan has given $18.5 billion in corporate subsidies since the mid-1970s, which is the third most out of any state in the United States. That's one of my big concerns, is we've started this legislative session off now with one of the largest tax cuts and one of the largest corporate handouts, and more of that is coming. And I think we have better ways to use the money through schools, roads, water infrastructure, revenue sharing for our cities we could do. And that was the reason I voted no. Not because of the retirement tax, not the earned income tax credit. Both of those things passed the House with bipartisan support until they were put together with this larger bill that had the corporate handouts and some other things. That is the short version. For anybody who's watching online, tonight I'm going to go home and I'm going to post this same resource guide, and I have a coffee hour on Friday at Finjan Cafe on Ford Road. Our Mayor, Mark Jacobs, is going to be there with me. It is at 10 a.m. And please reach out. I'd love to answer any questions. And that was what I had on that. Do you have any questions for me?
I do.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I know when the bill first came up, and we talked earlier, that the repeal of the retirement tax wasn't going to be both public and private, but both of them passed?
It's going to be public and private pensions, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They expanded it, and it's immediately effective for police and fire.
When does it come effect for?
So the bill still has to be signed by the governor, but I would be surprised if the governor didn't sign it. So as soon as that is signed, I think it would be, and maybe don't quote me exactly on this, but it would either be when you file taxes next year or this year, you'll be able to file for a tax credit.
Okay. Thank you. And I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, thank you. And I know I spoke to several of you on the phone before the vote. Always, if you don't have my number already, feel free to reach out whenever. I'm more than open to being transparent, and some tough decisions we've been making up there. So, but this is why we do it. And I think, a lot of people in Garden City, they deserve things like strong schools, roads, infrastructure. Hard to do that when you spend all of your money the way we've been doing.
Any other questions?
Mayor?
Yes.
I don't have a question, I just wanted to make a comment. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here and for supplying something like this. This is terrific. This is what we want to see, part of what we've been lacking the last several years. So we hope to see you every couple weeks show up. And, if you can't, we understand as long as you show up.
Yes, and
sometimes.
On Saturday, I don't know if all of you have gotten our email, we're at the Radcliffe Center, we're going to have a community advisory council. This will be the first meeting. If you can make it, great. If you can't, that's okay too. But I've invited council and the mayors from all 4 cities in the district to start building connections and learning from each other. I know I was talking to some of our council members in Romulus, and they're really excited to see the food pantry at the Radcliffe Center because they don't have something set up that way. And I was explaining it, and they were just mind blown. So I think there's opportunities for us to learn from each other and grow connections we haven't had before. And I know we might not always agree on all of the votes, but I hope to at least be able to justify where I'm at and provide resources to the public and to you all, and be as open and honest as I can be.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
coming by, and we'll see you Friday.
Thank you.
Okay. Item said we have no presentations. Number 8, community events. I do have, obviously, the one event this Saturday at 7 p.m. It is the Garden City Police versus the Westland Police, and this is a benefit for Michigan State Trooper Detective Sergeant Kachar. He was wounded in the line of duty, so all proceeds, it's a donation gate, so whatever you can spare, those benefits will go to him and his family, and they will, there's a lot of stuff being given away and auctioned off and stuff like that, and a lot of events, Chuck-a-Puck and some other things for kids and everybody else to do. So come on out. I know the Westland Mayor is looking forward to it, so enjoy. It'll be a fun event. Come on out. Thank you. No petitions, no public hearings. Consent agenda.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I move to approve the consent agenda items A1 through 3 as presented.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Earl. Any discussion from the table? From general public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion passes 6-0. Action items. Item 1, we have the resolution to support the regional AFG equipment application. And I believe Chief Kathy Harmon will come and explain a little more.
I was like, man, I got demoted. What you have before you is our request and recommendation that we also, again, this year participate in the Assistance to Firefighters Grant regional application. There's a great deal of equipment. We did add radios. We did get a large grant. We participated in that, which included the portables as well as the mobiles and the headsets. And some of these are already starting to break, and it's not just putting a button back on, it's taking the radio apart, reinserting this little piece, and it's kind of become more apparent that as technology has advanced, we are not able to maintain them as many years. When I started 40 years ago. It was a piece of metal and a tank and a regulator and a mask. Now they got lights and batteries and, you know, a lot of additional safety features. Well, our packs are about 9 years old, so we wanted to jump on that. We just had to buy 4 new face pieces because all the guys' faces are smaller and they couldn't pass the fit test. You have to pass the fit test in order to enter a fire dwelling wearing an SCBA. So, and it's an annual test. So there, I don't know if you have all the equipment, but I included everything that was on the list for us. It comes just under $1 million, so our contribution would be $89,000 for $1 million worth of equipment. We're looking at some other, not regional, but other federal grants that are open up, and some are not looking so great. I don't know if we can meet the benchmarks, but we're going to do the best we can to try to save the city whatever funding we can. So I'd appreciate, you know, your support, and if you have any questions, I'll pretend I will answer them. No.
Okay, motion,
Mayor,
Councilmember Earl.
I move to approve the Assistance to Firefighters Regional Grant and allow the Garden City Fire Department to be the fiduciary for the turnout portion and authorize the city manager to execute all necessary documents. The city match is $89,337.02, which is 10% of the $982,805.49.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Squires. Discussion from the table. I do have one question. 10%, I'm not real good at math, but 10% of 982,000 is, seems like it's 98,000, not 89,000.
I didn't do the math.
Okay. I just want to know.
I checked it 3 times. It's at the bottom of the Excel
I'll
spreadsheet.
I'll definitely take the lower amount. I was just wondering about that. Okay. Any other discussion?
Mayor, can we verify that that is our part of the match, $89,337.02? Or is it 10% of the other amount?
Usually 10%, so I don't have a calculator on
It
me.
Do you have the
well,
whole
it says it's
spreadsheet?
10% of the 982, and that would be 98, not
Yeah.
99.
982.
Yeah, if the motion calls for 10%. can we
It should
just cover
cover
it
it.
that way?
Either
Yeah.
way? Okay,
Either way.
all right, thank you.
Okay. Any discussion from the general public? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you very much. And Excel did the math.
I'm sorry.
Excel spreadsheet did the math.
I was going to blame Mr. Marciniak. Okay, item 2 is renewal of towing service agreement, and for that, we'll bring up Police Chief Tim Gibbons.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Yes, since 2011, we have used Westland Car Care as the city's tow service provider. They've done a fantastic job over that period of time. We've renewed this for 3 years, each time since 2016. It's definitely, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've maintained consistent prices, as problem-free services as you can when you're dealing with a tow, with a tow service, and we've been nothing but happy with them. So we'd like to renew it again for another 3 years, and actually they're maintaining the same rates from 2017. So we're doing pretty good. This is a no-cost contract for us. So basically, it's us picking what we believe is the best service provider. They're in our region. They do a good job. They service us and Westland. So I'm just asking for it to formalize the renewal of that contract tonight.
You said the rates to the residents
Rates to the residents, yes.
is staying the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Motion,
Mayor,
Mayor,
Councilmember Squires.
I move to approve the renewal of the towing service agreement with Square Circle Enterprises, Inc. for a period of 3 years ending August 29th, 2025, with an option for renewal for an additional 3 years pursuant to the original agreement dated 12/12/2011.
Support.
Support from Mayor Pro Tem Dole. Any further discussion?
so the Circle Square is actually Westland Car Care?
Yes, I'm sorry. So it's, yes, we're actually agreeing with Circle Square Enterprises, but they do business as Westland Car Care.
Okay. That's all I have.
Okay, any other discussion? General public? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you. Okay, item 12, other business, we have none. 13, public comment. Non-agenda items only, if anybody would like to speak. Okay. City managers report.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one item this week, the staff is meeting with the leadership of the school board. We're going to do a Radcliffe tour and then get together, discuss different opportunities that we may have to complement the school programming as far as after school, weekends, holidays. We've asked for each of the principals, along with superintendent and some other leadership at the big house next door there, as well as our staff will be in. So it should be some good things for long-term planning with complementing each other. And that's it tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Earl.
Thank you, Mayor. First, to our state representative, thank you for being here. So far this year, we've seen a county commissioner, a state representative. I was at a meeting and there was a county commissioner, a state representative, and a state senator. So it's going to take some getting used to, but it's nice to see you again. And thank you for the update. Congratulations to our new firefighters, and good luck and be safe. And thank you for serving our community. And then April 15th, Saturday, April 15th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., GCYA is hosting the Moeller Spring Cleanup Day. We did this a few years ago and filled up 2 large dumpsters full of all kinds of stuff. The city's going to help GCYA out. It's right before the Kerwin Classic, which is the week after. So it's a great time. We're going to fix some things, clean up some things. It's a very important event. A lot of our citizens utilize Moeller Field, so I'll be there, and hopefully we'll see everybody up there. Thank you.
Thank you. What time was that again?
It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They are going to have some pizza or something there for whoever shows up to help. And then usually, like, if you show up, bring a rake or shovel, or make sure you bring your gloves. And they're going to have some equipment, but other equipment is definitely welcome.
Thank you. Councilmember Karafotis.
I just have a couple things. I know we've received some applications for the animal control officer, and residents have been asking me if we've received any applications for the Parks and Rec job posting or the communications. Have we got anybody?
Yes, we're going through the interview process right now for Parks and Recreation.
Okay, thank you. And then I also wanted to mention that this week Lent starts, and the Friday Fish Fry starts at St. Rayfield, St. Thomas the Apostle. Lucky Dog is starting our 3rd annual Buy a Fish Dinner for a Senior. Anybody's welcome to donate, and we buy fish dinners, and then we deliver them on Friday to seniors at no cost. And the last thing I wanted to say is condolences to the Stako family with the passing of their son, Lucas.
Thank you. Councilmember Squires.
Yeah, just a couple of things. Thank you to our state representative for coming out and for the very informative information. Also, congratulations to our new firefighters, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Dold.
Thank you. I also want to congratulate our new firefighters, and congrats to Chief Harmon for having an almost full house over there. We're working on it. Thanks to Kathy from Jody's for her generous donation. She's been doing the broomstick pool for quite a few years
18
now.
years.
Yeah. Garden City Middle School POM state championships last Saturday. They did take second place, but they only missed first place by 1 point. So that was pretty interesting to see. Wayne County DPS, they want to let everybody know that if you see any problems with the roads, and they do take care of a lot of our state roads around here too, to call 888 Road Crew. That is one letter too much, but it doesn't matter. They want you to remember Road Crew, and if you dial all of those letters, it still gets you DPS. They want you to make note of your service request number, because that number is trackable so that you can stay on top of where your request is, what they're doing with it. And last but not least, I would like to see us maybe when you have that meeting with the school board, have some Pardon me?
School district, not the
With the-
board itself, yeah.
Okay.
Just to make sure.
Well, maybe we need to meet with the school board then, because the road going between Radcliffe and the middle school is really bad. I know that it belongs to the school.
No.
However, we're both going to be using it, so I'd like to see maybe some kind of cooperation between the city and the school on getting that repaired once we're done with all the construction at both places.
Yeah, we'll discuss that when we get together with them. I understood that they were moving forward on that, not sure. They actually own up to the stop sign, and then the city owns from the stop sign to Wildwood. So technically, it's not even a real road. It's actually, yeah, so you know.
Right, I know it's not a road, but it's used as such between the
I talked to
properties, so.
Superintendent Fisher about that, and told him, you know, it might be beneficial to wait till after all our construction before we tear it back up again.
Absolutely.
And so he had seemed to be in agreement. Anything else?
That is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Witt.
Thank you, Mayor. Welcome again to Dylan. Great to see you, always. Congratulations and welcome to all of the new firefighters. And then I've been working with King Cone again. He's going to be giving away free ice cream at the police, Garden City Police versus Westland Police hockey game. He's going to have 2 boxes set up, one for each team, which one you think is going to win. He's going to match a donation up to $500 put in one of the boxes to also go to Detective Sergeant Kachar. I don't.
Kachar.
Okay. So yeah, he's going to match up to $500. And then he's also accepting donations for the actual ice cream, which will also be donated with his match and the 2 boxes.
Awesome.
And that is all I have tonight.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Miller?
Nothing this evening, thank you.
Nothing. Okay, I just have a couple things. One, congratulations to our firefighters. Welcome, and again, be safe and glad to have you. And I'd like to wish a happy birthday to Mike Downey, our interim Parks and Rec director. And that's all I have for tonight. Item 16 is going into closed session. Need a motion.
We go into closed session.
Councilmember Squires,
Support.
support from Councilmember Earl. Will you take roll, Mr. Miller?
Yes, it is 7:43, and we will be going to a closed session. The maker of the motion was Councilmember Squires, supported by Earl. So the first to vote would be Councilmember Squires,
Aye.
and then Councilmember Earl.
Aye.
Councilmember Witt. Aye. And Councilmember Karafotis.
Aye.
Councilmember Dold.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
All right, so we'll go into the
Okay.
conference room, right?
This meeting is going to closed session.
We're recessing for that.
Recess, yes. The word I was looking for.